Hello and welcome not to a new episode of Citadel Guard Adventures, but instead to a new series I've decided to call Tales of Middle-earth. In this series we'll do many different things that are not necessarily related to the main quest or to the area we are currently in. Basically all the things that are not part of Citadel Guard Adventures per se, as you might have guessed. So what we're gonna do today is the Fall Festival. The Fall Festival is spreading good-hearted tricks and tasty treats across Middle-earth. Join in by starting at the Shire, where Mr. Bilbo Baggins has left one last surprise for his neighbors. Okay. Basically, yeah, completed the Fall Festival. We have here the guide. It's quite basic, and if you run the Fall Festival before, you already know the drill. But if not, then the main location for this event is the party tree in the Shire. From the party tree you can travel to a new location that was added a couple years ago, which is Witsmith. I believe it's called Witsmith. It's a new area, but you will see when we get there. There are some extra activities in Brilland, Thorin's Hall and Eret Luin, as in all festivals, but you will find most people in the party tree, and that's where we're going. We're gonna take advantage of this map that we just got, go there easily. And we'll see. Well, we'll talk to some hobbits, start the Fall Festival and everything. So there are two main reasons why I decided to do the Fall Festival with Beriathan. On one hand, I think the Fall Festival is really fun, and it has a lot of great activities, especially the Haunted Burrow, and now Withmead is also another great place to visit. On the other hand, you can exchange your tokens for starlit crystals, and we still don't have our legendary items, and there is still a long road before reaching level 105 when you can imbue your legendary items. But I think it's a good idea to start stacking on those now that we have the opportunity. So the first thing that we're gonna do, well, we're gonna do a couple things. First, let us bob for apples. And it's taking a while, a small apple, so it's worth just one token. But hey, still good. Now, what we have in here is the Fall Festival Trader. So this is a quest that can also give you well, some goodies. I believe it was meant to award virtue XP, but I don't know. Well, anyways, let's do this. The Ancest's Reclamation is still a good item too. So I say there is so much fun to be had around here, isn't there? I could go about from the first day until the very last and not get my fill of haunted burrows, hate mazes, and tricks or trickery. You feel the same, do you not, Beriathan? Well, do not be shy. Seize the season. Persistent effort reaps rich rewards, as I like to say.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Welcome, my friend. If you're here for the harvest, I'd recommend you get in the spirit of the season and participate in many of our harvest activities. If you are not here for the harvest festival, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a harvest treat in store, so get out there. The night can get a bit chilly, but I'm sure you'll find company and good stories around the campfire. Okay, so this is the one. The Virtue XP, okay. So yeah, we need to complete a Spirited Harvest 3 times, and that means, well, doing 10 Harvest Festival activities 3 days. Not necessarily in a row, but Harvest Festival is halfway through, I think, so we'll need to do that. We'll need to do this daily if we expect to complete all 4 tiers of this quest. Nonetheless,
give me a moment? Good day. Might I have a word with you?
So this is the activity, the first
Turn your
quest
back on me?
we'll need to do to be able to unlock all the other quests inside the Haunted Burrow. So let's see. You'll never believe this, Beriathan. I decided a new oven was needed to begin preparations for the next festival. The laborers went to dig a pit into the side of the hill and lo! We all heard a shovel scrape against some wood, and before I knew what happened, a door was dug out. The door is locked now, but I'll wager it's a forgotten cellar of Back End. Back End is just above it, you see. Do you think that's where Matt Baggins kept his treasures? I suppose we can only guess, for Lobelia owns Back End now. If you think she'll be letting anyone else dig around for old Bilbo's treasure, then you go right ahead and ask her. Be my guest. I won't be risking it, but it is terribly exciting all the same. So I think many players, me included, well, we already know the festival by heart, so we don't take the time of reading. Okay, we got a new explorer did in the Shire. Anyways, so we take this like for granted and we just, well, we know the drill, so we go inside the burrow, do as many quests as fast as possible. But I still remember the very first time I did this quest. It was just a couple weeks after I created my very first character in LOTRO. The entire game, the entire world was still relatively new, well, pretty much new to me, and I was still amazed. So on one hand, coming to the Shire and seeing the party tree was awesome. On the other hand, seeing this entire new area and this new quest line created around the party tree in the spirit of the season, and not too lore breaking. It's reasonable, the explanation behind the Haunted Burrow to a certain extent, so I was amazed by how this was handled. So I think it's worth leaving a record of the entire quest line in here. Quest text and everything. So here's Lobelia.
It's been a foul day, it has.
Are you here about that door as well? You listen here, that mud full of Baggins never said anything about a secret cellar, and neither did that awful nephew of his, Frodo. I could not be more angry. I've scoured the whole burrow and not found a thing that could be used as a key to a hidden larder. They meant all along to leave again to me with none of its proper fixings. If you want to see so much as a doorknob inside the cellar, you must find me that key. That gardener down on Backshot Row surely knows something, but he won't speak a word to me. You look like a big, ominous sword. You ought to wrangle the truth out of him. Okay, so yeah, Lobelia is a nasty character. We don't need to threaten the gaffer to get that key. Not everyone is as mean-spirited as she is. So I guess that it's something that she doesn't understand either. But anyway, we're on our way to Gaffer Gamgee on Backshot Row. I think this is the very first time Beriathan will be meeting, well, Lobelia and the Gaffer as well. But since this is not part of the main series of Citadel Guard Adventures, I think that's not necessarily canon, if you will. Here's the Gaffer.
Is there something I can do for you?
I'll wager Lobelia sent you to inquire after that new door going to the Baggins' lovely burrow. If you ask me, the whole affair smells of trouble. I tell my young ones, and I'll tell you too. Best to mind your own matters, and not harm will come of aught.
I've no chuck with strangers.
Alright, and this do counts for the Spirit in Harvest, so we're making good progress as well. Still here, are you? Well, I suppose if you're of an inquisitive nature like Mr. Bilbo himself, I'd let you in on something he said to me before he disappeared forever. Old Bilbo, he said, with a sparkle in his eye, that his adventure would continue on even after he was long gone. That was Mr. Baggins for you. Well, I'll not get in your way. Help yourself to look over his last letter for us, which my son Sam read to me. It has some particular instructions regarding that Sackville-Baggins.
Just a moment.
You want to bring this letter to Lobelia, eh? Be my guest. I won't do a whit of good sitting here with me, you know? Do we have the letter? Can we read that letter? Yes. Okay, so before we continue with this little quest line, you might be wondering, well, I'm not sure when this is gonna be uploaded, when this is gonna go live, but just in case, depending on when I upload this, that is, you might be wondering, why am I at level 50 if the series Citadel Guard Adventures is not there yet? Well, the answer is quite simple. I have recorded lots of episodes in advance. I'm having a lot of fun in the game. But I also wanted to take the opportunity to do the Harvest Festival, and once again, I'm not sure when this is gonna go live. So if you see me running around that level, I don't know, 40 something in Ankmar or in Evendim, but I'm level 50 here, that's why. Now the letter. To the owner of the prying eyes lying currently upon this page. I write this and leave it in the care of Hamfast Gamgee, my respected groundskeeper, on account of any unexpected findings on my estate after I am gone. I am Bilbo Baggins, and I was the proprietor of Bag End before I moved away. Bag End was then left to my heir and nephew, Frodo Baggins. If he is not there any longer, then I suspect that Sackville-Baggins has got hold of my dear old burrow. I left a nice present for Lobelia when I went away. The silver spoon she admired so greatly that she acquired a great deal of that collection before it was properly bestowed to her. But in all likelihood that was not enough, so I expect she is in possession of Bag End now. Surely the whole borough has been scoured for the fabled prices of my adventures with the dwarves many years ago, but I pride myself on not being so obvious as to leave such treasures out and about where nosy relatives can easily get their hands on them. Of course, please do not presume that I deem such noble inquiries undeserving of rewards, for that is not the case at all. I just prefer to make the rewards sweeter yet by giving the visitors of Bag End an adventure of their very own. I assume you are inquiring after the Burrow cellar. The door to the cellar was installed shortly before I left, with the help of the dwarves, and comes out the side of the hill, but I do not think it will appear until the hillside erodes in a few years, or perhaps when there is some digging when Bag End's property must be expanded to suit Lobelia's many needs. If the door is to be unlocked, you must ask Lobelia if you may borrow one of her spoons. An adventurous treasure may be found within, but so shall an adventure. I hope you like my little project. Happy adventuring to all. Yours, Bilbo Baggins. Okay, so I didn't remember that's the key to accessing the burrow, so that's a good trade on Bilbo's part. Continuing the tradition from when he left. Of course, Beriathan doesn't know anything of this, but since this is, once again, technically not canon, well, there is no hurt in commenting all this, right?
How rude!
What is that envelope you have there? Give it here at once. I am sure Bilbo meant for the successor of Bag End to have it, and not that fool old gardener. Indeed, no, I don't believe he even knows how to read.
Can't a body be left alone?
I'm reading the letter. Leave me be. How is a hobbit to concentrate with annoying folk badgering them all day? If it does not say anything about the cellar, I swear I shall be positively furious. Okay, Lobelia obviously wants to keep Bilbo's treasures all to herself, but...
Well, the call of some folk.
Don't pester me, I'm reading. That Bilbo sure knows how to prattle on about nothing. Lobelia continues reading greedily, and she is very unhelpful, yeah.
Can't a body
Shoo!
be left alone?
If you don't leave me alone, I shall report you to the authorities. Lobelia shows you away and continues reading, and you are really slow, Lobelia.
Can't a body be left alone?
What's this about a spoon? He left me the silver spoons. He says they are the key to the cellar.
Don't walk off. I need to speak with you.
Lobelia looks confused by the spoon reference. Oh my, what wonderful news. Apparently my spoons fit as keys into the keyhole in that burrow door down there. That old madman planned for me to have his treasure after all. Come, I'll go open the door, and you will help me carry out the treasure I find. Let us meet down at the potty tree. Just give me a moment and I'll be down. I think Geraldine and me are both eager to see Lobelia's reaction to this. Let us just go down the hill. No point in taking the path. It's just over here. Okay, gotta talk to Lobelia inside the Haunted Burrow. Where's she supposed to be? Not far, but still.
Cannot a body be left alone?
Oh, I am livid! I've been tricked! This place is not but a monster-filled, spook-ridden, crawl-infested hole in the ground. Bilbo tricked me into thinking there was anything worth my while in this abominable cellar. How I loathe him with all my heart. There is naught here but filth and corruption. I want nothing to do with this evil burrow. Do as you will with it and stay away from me. Lobelia is not pleased with the cellar and has given you permission to explore it at your leisure. We're gonna have some fun now. Did you hear, Beriathan? Lobelia is too scared to poke around. That means we can go treasure hunting. It's wonderful, just wonderful. I am sure many of these noisy onlookers will have a wonderful time exploring and making off with what treasure they find. It is terribly exciting, isn't it? You may now enter the Haunted Burrow at your own peril, so that was a really short questline of sorts, but really fun nonetheless, and now we have full access to the Haunted Burrow. Yeah, Geralt, we're going in just a moment.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
The Fall Festival is my favorite time of year, Beriathan. One of our fondest traditions is the game of tropes and trickery. If you wish to play Wander Amongst the Hobbits, some will give you some clues as to the tricks they would like to see, then you perform them. If you succeed in pleasing them all, return here and I will reward you. What say you to that? So this is a time quest, but I will. It's an extra layer of challenge, I believe, so let's have some fun nonetheless.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Hello, friend. As many folk in these parts know, old Matt Baggins was a great lover of riddles, so it seems he left a riddle or two for us in his Haunted Burrow. Only problem is, I can't make a think of it. After the first riddle, I must have had a drink from the wrong bottle, and it made me worse off than before. I believe he meant for us to have a great treasure if we managed to solve it all, but who has the patience for such tomfoolery? If you can figure it out and tell me how it goes, I'll be sure to give you all the coins I've managed to get my hands on so far. So, let us go. Once again, this is a quest most players do automatically, like, you know, the order of the answers and everything, but let us just leave a record of all these riddles in here. 3 bottles sit before you, yet their colors mustn't bore you. For it first you drink, at last and last you think, you'll find that I outscore you. The correct bottle, he weeps golden tears in morn's light, a mighty shield he makes at sun's height. In evening rain tumbles and cascades, at night sleeps sparing the bed he is made. The orange bottle has an etching of a warrior, the white bottle has an etching of a tree, the blue bottle has an etching of a cloud. Pause the video if you want to find the answer, and I'll give it to you right now. So the answer is the white bottle, the tree. You feel encouraged from your drink. The next stage is in here, so for the riddle quest you need to find the exact door. Otherwise, it won't open for you. Okay, the same opening, and now, the correct bottle. The only certainty is death in battle, for once thrust my sword is lost. Henceforth, sweet life must be lived to its fullest. The orange bottle has an etching of a thief, the white bottle has an etching of gold coins, and the blue bottle has an etching of a bee. Once again, if you want the answer, pause and I'll give it to you just now. The answer is the blue bottle, which is the bee. It was delicious, whatever it was. And the next door is right this hidden panel. And in the creeping wing. You know the drill, the same opening and now the clues. The correct bottle, upon him thy thoughts laid, take care. He whispers sharp as a knife blade, beneath thy feather state, beware, in billows is thy trust betrayed. But the orange bottle has an etching of a paper, the white bottle has an etching of an eagle, and the blue bottle has an etching of a hat. Once again, take a guess, pause the video, and the answer is the orange bottle, the paper, ink and paper. Then next stop is right here, the basement. So now, what are the clues in here? When we were introduced, I did not agree with you one bit, but I helped you on our second meeting, did I not? When we met last, I didn't seem to affect you one way or another. Which bottle am I? So, the answer is the blue bottle. If you drink the blue bottle with the first riddle, you will get a speed debuff. The blue bottle was the answer to the second riddle. If you drink it on the third riddle, it's not gonna do anything to you, and it's the answer once again for the fourth riddle. And the hidden door you see me access is for the treasure chest hidden inside the burrow, but there was a lot of people waiting to open the chest, so we'll get to that later. And right now, let us just turn in this quest. Did you really make it all the way through based on solving the riddles? Well done, Beriathan. You are far cleverer than I. That much is certain. Alright. We can do this other quest. It's really simple.
Stay and have some tea.
Oh, mercy me. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I'll tell you anyways. I was in the Haunted Burrow, searching for treasure, and I found a bit of a chain in the attic. I thought perhaps a door would open on the ceiling and I would find a larder full of riches, but no! A living, walking skeleton came towards me, rattling and clacking. It gave me such a fright, I ran away before I could even finish dragging on that chain. Only to find the chain in the attic. The attic is right over here, but oh god. I wanted to check that outfit, it looks so cool. Anyway, the attic is right here. You need to use the chains. Here's your skeleton, Rattle Clack, I'm coming for ya. But in reality, it was only a Hobbit playing a silly prank. So we are outside, we can exit the burrow, but instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna come through here. Here we have a mystery door, which leads us to a... well, we're still in the Haunted Burrow, but look, there are some chests in here. Out of place chest with a token, out of place lockbox, a token, haunted tree, and signed roar. Good, that was good. And out of place strong box, another token. Now we can leave the Haunted Burrow through here. That will take us to the entrance of Bag End. We'll just leave Bag End. And now Bag End, this exit will leave us really close to the first part of our tropes and trickery quest.
A lovely day, isn't it?
If you don't mind me saying, this is embarrassing. Well, your clothes around the backside, they're not quite fitting right. You might want to do something about that. What we'll need to do, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but we'll need to pick an uncomfortable wedgie. So that's trick number 1. And let us get now to completing the others. We have plenty of time. If you know the answers, but if you don't, then finding the correct mode can be tricky. So you do need the time if this is your first time doing this. Or an internet guide. If you don't want to waste time. So here's the townsperson number 2.
Hello
the farmer.
there.
Don't you just hate when you see a creeping, crawling thing and then suddenly your skin crawls for the next hour? Why, just that very thing happened to me. I saw a spider and now I am shuddering all over. So the answer to this one is shiver. Okay. So we continue, but oh god, the Shire is so beautiful. And I hadn't had the time of coming in here. I mean, even in the rain, it looks great, so... So we have a fisherman it is, a townsperson. What does he say?
How do you do?
I'd better catch a fish soon. I've been here all day and I haven't seen so much as a fin. I would give anything to see a fish right now. Any fish at all. I'm about to lose my temper. So let us lose our temper together. I love that animation. It's so funny to see a full-grown man throwing a tantrum like that. Okay, we have the chance of unlocking the stable master in Hobbit.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Great opportunity. And here we have the last one.
Good day.
I'm so stuffed. I don't know what to do. I've had 5 meals in a row and a fair amount to drink as well. I'd love to eat more, but I'm not sure there's room. What should I do? Let me tell you, let me show you, rather. That sure opens some room at least. For a snack or something. A dessert. So that was it for the tropes and trickery quest. Now we just need to turn that in. As you see, the secret treasures that we found behind the mystery door, all of them have a 1 hour cooldown before you can use them again. So you can, if you want, you can do that in a couple times in a day, at least. So now we have a new deed, the Haunted Burrow. We'll need to complete all the Haunted Burrow quests. Now I'm not sure if I have unlocked any other deeds I didn't see, because I'm going quite fast.
Oh, good day.
This is splendid, terrific, wonderful. You have done such a good job, maybe too good of a job. I don't know how my tricks will ever top yours. We'll take the tokens. The masks are fun cosmetics, but I don't plan on getting that kind of outfits with Beriathan, so yeah, I'm gonna skip on that for the moment. There are a lot of people here, as usual, for a festival, and this is the guy I want to check, because we have a really cool outfit, Kiowa, Warden of Victory in Lorien. Okay, so this is the starting armor for High Elves. It looks good. And if you have High Elf, it's really simple to do. It's the middle armor variant. Depending on the class, you will get a different one. And this is like, yeah, Lothlorien armor. We're not there yet. This is the Mirkwood armor. Yeah, Mirkwood. Not there yet. Still. This is the one I was looking for. Wonderland Skirmishers Agile Hover. Is this the Wells of Blackblood cosmetics, I believe? So it's quite simple, but it's a really effective outfit. I really like that combination. So let us turn in this quest as well.
A lovely day, isn't it?
That evil wight was only a hobbit in disguise? Abominable behavior. Who was it? I shall give him a telling off that he'll not be forgetting anytime soon. The goal of some folk, really. Okay, we're only missing 4 more quests to complete the... daily for today. Let us check the deed. Valuables Gone Astray, Great Hobbit Rescue, Wailing in the Haunted Burrow, Race through the Haunted Burrow, and Roaring Mow in the Haunted Burrow. So we only need to complete 4 more of this. Let's see here. No, the Cognac Grub is another one. Full fast.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Where is that? Is this the guy? Poppy Cotton.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a
So
moment?
to unlock a race through the Haunted Burrow, we'll first need to complete a stroll through the Haunted Burrow. Hello there, I was brave enough to go to every corner of the haunted house and not run away. Are you? I went in on a dare and left proof that I visited. If you return to me with the proof, I'll know that you did the same. But there is a catch. You have twice the amount of time I took myself. You must get back to me quickly, Beriathan, or else it won't count. Are you ready? Of course I'm ready. We have 20 minutes, which is more than enough time if you know your way. So the easiest way for me, let us go first to the attic. Here's the trophy we're looking for. because you can only access the attic from the main cellar. And now you have here the entrance to the cobwebbed wing. The trophy in here is right next to the door for the Riddle in a Bottle quest, but the exit is actually somewhere else, because if you go through that, well, you cannot go through that door for starters, and there are many other doors scattered around the area, but only one of them, as far as I know, will take you to the other wing, which is the one that I just took. The trophy is in here, which is fortunate because it's right next to the exit. Oh god, there are still a lot of people waiting to open the chest. But we still have plenty of time to complete this, so we can wait. Okay, so he's like mastering people to his side so they can open the chest. I don't know what's he doing exactly, but it doesn't seem they want to open the chest, so I'll take the chest. So 4 festival tokens and the cloak of the boar. Not gonna look a gift cosmetic in the eye, but the other items, which are forced emote items, I'm not a fan of those. They have a deed associated with them, but I don't plan on completing those deeds on any tune, really. Seems too much of a grind for me. Anyway, the basement trophy is in here, and once again this is really close to the door we need to take, which is this one. We have all the trophies, now we only need to go back to Poppy. Is right here. Let me see what you have there. Well done indeed. You definitely make good time, but still not as good as mine. Are you up for the more difficult challenge? Yeah, give it to me. Now, a race. So now I see that you are very brave, and that is quite well, but do you have the skills to be as nimble as myself? I made my way through the tricky burrow in just a hair of the time I gave you before. It was not easy, but I did it. If you can beat my time, I will be very impressed indeed. How quickly can you return to me? Are you ready to go? So we have 4 minutes, which is more than enough time. Just... okay. We're gonna do the same route as before, obviously, so once again, here in the attic. What's really annoying really is that you have all of these forced animations depending on where... I mean, I think it's just pure luck. So in the attic you have the crows flying around you. In the cobwebbed wing you saw that before, you have spiders and spider webs. Those are the most annoying really, in my opinion. The creeping wing, I don't remember any forced animation, but since you spend so little time in there, you see spiders. They really stop you and then slow you. So annoying. Anyway, here in the creeping wing, maybe there are forced animations, but since the exit is just right around the corner, you really don't spend much time in here. And finally, the basement. And the basement just have some puddles that slow you down but don't fully stop you, so that's good enough. And okay. That was most impressive, Beriathan. Now I see why you are a well-traveled hero of the wide world beyond our bounds, and I am but a farmer's daughter of the Shire. Well done, my dear. Alright, we're missing 2 more, and I think the fastest ones are here. Roaring Maw in the Haunted Burrow. Dear me, I only dared go into the haunted cellar once to look for treasure, but all I did was get out as fast as I could. There were monsters everywhere. In one of the wings I was in, there was spiderwebs all about the place, but then I spotted a jar of honey. I love honey naturally, so of course I went right for it, but then I heard a bear. It made a deep, roaring sound, and oh, it was close. Will you go banish it from the burrow so that it doesn't harm any of the innocent folk who have wandered in? Okay, so there are many different doors in the Haunted Burrow, so there are many different paths you can take. So this is the one that takes you directly to the cobwebbed wing. But if you want to go directly to the basement or the creeping wing, you can do so, but I'm not that good making my way around if I'm not following the route I have been showing you the entire episode. The cobwebbed wing, the creeping wing and the basement, otherwise I get lost. Roar, I'm hungry, says this bear. He'll try to get me, but he won't. It was only a hobbit playing a silly prank. So I don't know if there is a route out to the main cellar, but it doesn't seem to be, so it seems like you need to do the full thing once again. Creeping wing, basement, and cellar. And if there is any other way of getting back to the main cellar faster, please let me know, because so far this is the only way I know of. Okay. Did you drive off the hungry bear? You were so brave to venture in there. What? A hobbit? A hobbit playing a prank? I never heard of such a naughty trick. I will be speaking to that lad's parents before the day is out. A hobbit in its twins, I would guess.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Oh my goodness, how I hate being frightened away from my business. I was in the Haunted Burrow looking for treasure, you see, and I saw a candle on the floor to help me see. I went to pick it up, and suddenly a ghost chased me away. Yes, a real ghost hiding in the shadows. Don't look at me like that. I tell you it was real, and it was. If you don't believe me, go see for yourself. But you'd be wise to steer clear of the wing of the cellar where the spooks have got to, if you ask me. Alright, so the entrance to the creeping wing I think is this one. And the candle we're looking for is in here. Ooh, be frightened. Ah, don't hurt me, I'm only a hobbit, but since I was not the one to defeat you, I will need to do this on my own. Okay. Brr, I'm a terrifying ghost. Run for your life! And it was only a hobbit playing a silly prank. Okay, so yeah, the creeping wing has also forced animations similar to the cobwebbed wings. They will stop you on your track, slow you down, but you usually don't spend a lot of time on the creeping wing, so let us turn this in.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Did you run away when you saw the ghost as well? Do you mean to tell me that was a hobbit and not a ghost? What a terrible trick! I stopped my toe when I ran away, and it was my big toe at that. It still smarts. Poor guy. So we have completed 10 quests for the Harvest Festival, and now we can talk to Rosa Hornblower.
A lovely day.
My, you do love the harvest. I hope you are having a fun time at the Harvest Festival. For your efforts, you should have a reward, and so here you are. Come back tomorrow and I shall have more harvest rewards for you. Perfect, so that was day 1 of the Harvest Festival, and I think this is the end of today's episode of Middle-earth Tales, but I mean, we're only missing 2 quests to complete the deed. Let us complete the deed, rather. Now that we're here, we still have some time. These are the 2 more annoying quests, in my opinion, so that's why I rarely do them. But I will do them for the deed.
Stay and have some tea.
Begonia Grub is not it. It's this lady in here.
Stay and have
Oh,
some tea.
help, help! My friends and me, we thought we'd go have an adventure together and look for old Bilbo's treasure, but one by one they disappeared and suddenly I was all alone. I'd made it out safe enough, but they're still inside. I can only imagine what a horrible nightmare they must be having in that burrow. Will you help find them and get them back safe, Beriathan? I'd be so very grateful indeed. So there are 6 hobbits, and you need to find all 6. There are 3, if I'm not mistaken, hidden in the main cellar. Cloaked figure, oh my god. That's for another quest I don't remember, but that is creepy. So there are supposedly 3 hobbits lost in this area. To turn off the lights. So here's one.
Oh, gracious me!
The second hobbit, you might have spotted him already. He is right next to the mystery door.
Good day.
Was just having a bit of a look at some of Bilbo-Baggins' old notes. What a curious imagination he had. Wouldn't it be terribly excited if his wild stories were real? Oh, let me tell you, my dear. And hobbit number 3. Ah, here.
Cannot a body be left alone?
Hello? Yes, I was here with May. And don't you be trying to shoo me out. I left the party because I saw a glittering at the end of a corridor and I thought it might be a treasure. A pretty coin it was too. Now leave me be, I'll not be leaving until I found a great hoard of treasure. Okay, so that's 3 hobbits found. Is there a hobbit in the attic? I don't remember. I mean, I don't think there is. I know, yes, there is a hobbit in the attic. This one here. Ah, come on.
Oh, gracious me!
Who might you be? I put on a black cloak to sneak around and frighten my friends, but I'm afraid I am lost. Will you show me the way out? Oh, come on, I was just... Okay, they also slow you down, so all of them are equally... affect you the same, but I just hate the spiders more. Okay, the next hobbit is in here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I was sure this was the exit. It was a left, then a right, then a left, then another left, then another left, and then another left, I believe. Shh, you're interrupting. I am trying to remember the way out. Now pray leave me be. Ah. I mean, I think the reason why I hate the spiders the most is because they also... I mean, you also hit the floor, so you need to get up on top of everything else. The others, at least you're still on your feet. And the last hobbit... Okay, I think the last hobbit is not in the basement, but no, it's not in the creeping wing, but rather in the basement. So if you would just let me go. Because yeah, the creeping wing is a really small wing in comparison to the others. And the missing hobbit... Oh, where's the guy? Here, hobbit. So yeah, it was here in this wing, but I always forget where.
Oh, mercy me!
A ghost! I saw a ghost! Do you think it was the old Took? I am so frightened. He was angry at me for eating his dinner while he wasn't looking one night. Do you think he has come back to haunt me? Oh, help! Pray don't be cross with me. I meant no harm. Okay, so it was really close to the entrance, really. But I always miss my way. for that Hobbit. And we can exit the Haunted Burrow.
A lovely day.
Thank goodness they are all alive. I was so terribly worried. Maybe I will venture back in myself someday. I would dearly like a peek at old Bilbo's hidden treasure. And the last one for the deed is...
Stay and have some tea.
this one. What a terror! I ventured into the Haunted Burrow, where I was sure there would be treasures tucked away in every corner. I swore I wouldn't leave until I came away with a few riches. Instead of jewels at the bottoms of various jars and whatnot, I found the most horrible things instead. Sticky, cold, wet, terrifying things, unnatural things. When I came back outside for a bit of fresh air, I found that I lost several valuables in the meantime. Probably they are at the bottoms of the jars now for other greedy folks to find. Now I am poorer than when I started. I dare not go back. Will you help me? This one at least gives some virtue XP. But finding those goodies... It's just as annoying. So we'll need to find... Plunge your hand into this jar, but the insides of it squirm as if alive. Box, box, box. You bear it just long enough to bravely retrieve a pocket watch held hostage by the creepy crawlers within. Okay, so this one was an easy one. Thankfully. Now, the attic is filled with bones. These delicate bones have an ashy feel to them, like they will crumble in a moment if you trouble them. You imagine the dots of death filling your nose and eyes and squeeze your eyes shut unwillingly in anticipation. The attic is also a small wing, so thankfully you can find this really quick. Fortunately, your fingers grasp a shiny bottom before too long. Oh, for the love of... I think the location for these items is always the same too, but I've never taken the time to really memorize where they are located. I just stumble around until I find what I need. You tremble as you reach into the soft, sticky webbing of the large cocoon. It looks uncannily real, even though you suspect it may be a fake. It is cold inside and you shiver. Did you hear something? This is the wrong cocoon. Oh. Please stop. Maybe it's this one? Nope. Oh, it's surely this one. Did you really have to reach in here? You ought to. Holfast said he's searching any unlikely place where treasure could be hiding. Oh, it is sticky and terribly unpleasant. Are there words for such an awful sensation? You search for a moment, your heart beating fast as can be, and pull out a very nice glow. Hopefully this belongs to Holfast. Come on, I was able to go outside, and now on top of that I have to contend with another spider. So thank you. Okay. Now, barrel of mystery flesh. What foul brew is this? The flesh is sickeningly cold and smells of something rancid. It is slimy, sticky, and the memory of it lingers on your hand even after you have withdrawn it. That was the wrong barrel. And there are no barrels in here. Would you... Yeah. Get off me. Is this the one? Oh no, really, Holfast? Why did you look for treasure in here? The smell is unbearable. It is so cold and mushy. It seems that Holdfast didn't spend long here, for you are able to find his ring near the top of the disgusting pile. If there is any more treasure hidden inside, it's best to let it stay there. On the basement, I think I know the location for this one. Thank God that's the case, but disgusting puddle. I could have sworn this was a disgusting puddle in here, but no, I mistook it for the trophy. That was too much to ask for those two to be together, but I think it's rather this one. Something glints in the middle of the puddle, and you are sure it is something that belonged to Holdfast. You reach for it, but the blood drains from your head as you realize that the puddle is quite warm. Feeling very faint, you quickly pocket the monocle you have retrieved. Alright, those are all the goodies. Now we can go back to Holdfast. The 43. You are such a brave man.
Good day.
I can't believe you were able to bury it in there. You are bolder than I, and no mistake about it. I am tremendously indebted to you, Beriathan. I am beginning to recover a bit from my terrifying adventure. Did you see any treasure while you were inside? Maybe I'll have another look. Please don't. Okay, the Haunted Burrow, so you have a new virtue, a borrower. No, a new virtue, no, a new title, sorry. Your persistent adventures in the Haunted Burrow have earned you a most respectable title. Alright. And that's basically it. That's all there is to do inside the Haunted Burrow. But there are still many other tales of Middle-earth left untold. So join me next time where I'll show you another piece of Middle-earth that we will not visit as part of our main adventure. Until then, stay safe and take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Tales of Middle-earth. Bye bye!